if you want to find out what caffeine does to the body,
stay tuned.
What is up YouTube? It's Stephen here.
And Maria from CarterFitness and Nutrition. Today we'll be talking about caffeine, its benefits, and a lot of other things you didn't know about. What exactly is caffeine? Well, caffeine is a stimulant that decreases the hormone adenosine and increases the hormone dopamine. Caffeine also stimulates the central nervous system, allowing energy to increase. This allows you to equally become more energized on a daily basis when you're participating in activities. This allows you to burn more calories, allowing you to lose more weight. It can also be used as a cognitive enhancer. This means it can increase alertness, concentration, and your overall performance. That means performance in the gym or day-to-day performance.
Okay, so moving on from there is when to take caffeine. Now, caffeine is dependent on what you do. So in general, you could be one person that likes to work a lot, or you like to be in the gym quite often. So when to take caffeine depends on you. So for example, you're a morning person but you feel tired, so you consume caffeine in the morning, not right when you wake up but within the first hour. So that's a good time to use caffeine. Another time is pre-workout, so obviously before you go into the gym. That's where obviously you have a pre-workout or you have a coffee then. You have it about 15 to 20 minutes before you perform in the gym. And another time is as long as it's any time before 3 p.m. Obviously because it can negatively impact your sleep. Otherwise, yeah, so consume it anywhere around that time zone and make it, only use caffeine as necessary. Don't just keep drinking it in consumption, it's not good for you.
And what are the benefits of caffeine? A moderate intake of caffeine will obviously benefit your weight loss, and it can improve with cognitive function like I mentioned before, and obviously alertness and performance. Caffeine can also help with contributing to decreasing the chance of developing any kind of, how should I say this, like heart risks, depending on how much you take obviously. But because of caffeine's stimulating properties, it can also increase your metabolism, but caffeine can also be found in tea and coffee, so depending on how much of that you have on a daily basis, your metabolism can be boosted that way as well. This can also allow you to burn extra calories on top of that whilst having it.
Alright, so what are the negatives? So we've gone through the benefits, what caffeine's good for. Now let's go through the side where what is it bad for. So caffeine, obviously in high doses, is very dangerous. Using caffeine too often, not moderately, can lead to excessive heart rate and blood pressure. Okay, so this is where you got to be careful. So exceeding around about 400 milligrams on a daily basis can be dangerous. This is where science say 400 milligrams is roughly safe for most people. 500 maybe pushing it for some, but don't hit 700 or beyond because it can cause bone loss. That is due to obviously calcium being pulled from the bones, causing osteoporosis in the future. That can weaken your bones in your teeth. Not recommended. So yeah, obviously don't have caffeine anytime after 3 p.m. because it can impact your sleep. You can cause it can produce, obviously develop insomnia, which can develop over time, especially if you're consuming caffeine within 6 hours before sleep. Caffeine can also cause anxiety. It can cause some sorts of depression if you consume too much as well. It can cause headaches. If you've already got a headache, it can lead to a migraine. Yeah, it can cause several problems, especially it can cause shakiness. Too much of it also can cause urination frequently. So, for example, if you are drinking a lot of caffeine, caffeine is known as a diuretic. Um, so you will pee a lot more often. It can dehydrate you if you consume too much. This means you would have to drink more water to contribute to the amount of times you're urinating. So be sure to not consume too much caffeine to prevent urination too often. But other than that, that's roughly all the negatives. Just be careful of how much you use because at the end of the day, too much caffeine can lead to serious side effects, especially on the heart, the blood pressure. That's the two. The heart's the most important muscle in the body. You abuse it, you lose it. That's how it happens.
What forms of caffeine is best? So, caffeine can be found in any kind of whatever beverage you have in mind, like energy drinks, tea and coffee, like I said, and some sports drinks. Give you an example, like Muscle Mousse or what's a good energy drink?
Good energy drinks, something like C4, Monster,
Yeah.
Rain.
This can also depend on your aim at the current time as well. If your goal is to increase your focus and concentration, then it would be good to have a coffee because that has roughly 75 to 95 milligrams of caffeine per cup. I'm on about coffee. If it is, however, to increase your performance and alertness, then look more towards energy drinks or pre-workouts. Good pre-workout is Warrior. Pre-workouts come in different kinds of forms, such as powders and capsules. For me, powders are quite fast packed full, don't you agree?
Yeah, quicker release. You can also, the dosage as well.
Also, as they contain higher amounts of caffeine, they often they have higher amounts of caffeine because they also have more substances along with them to make them stronger as well.
Capsules surely put more pressure on the liver as well.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, especially if you've got that high amount of caffeine in there, like 300-400 milligrams. Okay, so now we've gone through the pointers. So, do we recommend caffeine? Do we recommend you consume caffeine on a daily basis? Well, yes.
Yeah.
Why do you think we recommend it?
Because although there's negatives, there's a lot of benefits as well. As long as you are sensible with it, then I would say to have caffeine. Don't go over the top and be stupid and have stupid amounts of caffeine. Obviously be safe with it, but don't have like tons of cups of coffee and then loads of energy drinks. No, that's not how it goes.
No, caffeine is something you've got to be moderate with. You've got to stick to that sort of daily way of like every couple of hours, not too close to bedtime. Especially if you're a busy individual and your energy just decreases throughout the day normally, then caffeine comes to use there. Obviously, if you've just got a few daily tasks like you're working and you've just got a couple of sheets to do, you're reading a book, you want that concentration right there, go for a coffee. Don't pick up a pre-workout. It does that down your system. Especially not dry scooping. We definitely don't recommend that. But just make sure you just have a beverage that suits that certain type of task.
Obviously, obviously don't be one of those people, because I know there's people out there. Don't be one of those people that has pre-workout every single day, because if you keep doing that, eventually it will cause impact on your body, and your body will be too reliant on that caffeine eventually, and then you'll start to get like pains, and it will be the same as someone that comes off drugs. You'll be getting that addiction pain, you'll be getting addicted to it. So I wouldn't get your body reliant on caffeine, because then when you take it out, those few days off it, your body is going to be like, where is it? You'll be too reliant on it, and you won't be able to focus or anything. But if you have it every now and then, it will be okay.
It's not only that, but when it comes to caffeine, when your body's too reliant on that amount of caffeine, it's going to want to require more. So let's say you have 100 milligrams a day, your body will get the hang of that. So then you have to increase it to 150. Then you have to increase it to 200, and it keeps going and going and going. And then when you hit that 700, it starts becoming really dangerous. Osteoporosis can be round the corner for you. So what you got to do, you got to be moderate. If you don't need the caffeine, don't use it. If you need it, use it. Okay, it's one of those things. Caffeine is a drug after all. Okay, and like Maria said, you've got to be mindful of how much you have. You've got to be mindful with what days you need it. Okay, so pre-workout is one of those. Only have it, like for example, for me, I have it on leg days because I know I'll struggle the most on leg days without them. But that's only twice a week. That's fine. But if you're having it 5 days a week, straight 2 days off, that's not going to do nothing. And it can take up to 2 weeks for caffeine to fully come out your system. Right? And for your body to actually fully adjust after those 2 weeks. So you could be feeling fatigue all the time when you cut out that caffeine. So you've got to be mindful, because if you feel fatigued that much, you ain't going to be able to do nothing. Your NEAT is going to go down. Your exercise quality is going to go down.
You'll be too drained to do anything. You'll want to stay in bed all the time, and you'll just be too lethargic to do anything. So if anyone is planning on having caffeine, I just recommend staying in the safe zone, not go too high with your dosage, just be sensible.
Exactly. And that about wraps it up, guys. So hope you enjoyed the video. Hope this helped. Obviously, we just came out with all the facts that we know about caffeine, obviously through research as well.
And we'll see you in the next one.
And please like and subscribe to our channel.
And press the bell icon.
Please follow our Instagram at CarterFitness90. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the video.
Thank you.